Hey guys and gals, gamers and pals, I have got some thoughts for you today. Now this is something that's kind of new. I don't normally air my frustrations, unless it's in a comical way, online, being that I am a collector and a reseller. But I read something recently that I've kind of always known, but never realized it was an official thing that's enforced, and it really, really bothers me, so I thought I'd air my dirty laundry and see what everyone thinks about it. I'm looking for everyone's opinions, yours, mine's, his, hers, anyone's. I don't care. I just need to know if this is something that everyone knows and I'm kind of the last one to get clued in, or if it's something that no one was really aware of and maybe it's just kind of just now coming to light for everyone else. I'm going to get to it, so sit back, pop some popcorn, and hopefully you're still there at the end. So as many of you know, reselling is kind of a necessary evil to collecting. Unless you have an amazing job with minimal bills, buying a big lot, normally of games that you probably already own just to get one specific game, is kind of expensive. So you tend to buy a lot for one title, two titles, sometimes three if you're lucky, the whole lot. But for a single title, and you resell the rest to recoup what you spend, so your investment in your collection stays minimal. You start investing more feelings and memories playing your games and actually looking at it as dollar signs. And as a reseller, that's a very tight rope. You got to weigh it correctly, because if you spend too much on games, you start realizing, hey, I have this bill due. This is worth $50, and you can't really enjoy it because all you're seeing is cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. It takes a lot of joy and love out of this hobby of ours. Now, with that being said, pretty much every collector knows that. Unfortunately, this hobby is becoming a reseller's market. More often than not, you go to garage sales, thrift stores, Craigslist ads, Facebook posts, all over the place. You see people that are buying games for their children, for their best friend, because they just went to college and they don't have anything to do, or little Timmy's birthday is tomorrow and I haven't bought him anything yet. It's not that those stories don't happen. It's not that they're not true. I just know I've used many of those ploys, and I understand that a lot of times pulling on someone's heartstrings, kind of like milking life's tit for emotions, is an easy way to get a good deal. And not exactly something that we're all proud of. I don't like to do it. I try not to do it from now on. Actually, it was about a year ago. I got into a big argument with someone because they were really upset that I bought, part of their collection, and with the notion that they thought I was going to keep everything, and then I kept what I wanted and sold the rest. And it wasn't that I was trying to be dishonest. I didn't intentionally mislead them. I just didn't really feel the need to go, hey, that's a great game. It sells for $50 on eBay. That's also a great game, but that one's for me. It's not a conversation I look forward to having. And this is kind of a raw conversation we're having. I'm not scripting anything. I'm just kind of talking. So I am rambling, and I do apologize. So now, when I'm talking to people, collectors, people that inherited stuff from family members or friends that just had it in their closet and haven't touched it in 20 years, I just tell them, hey, I do love that game. I do. That game is amazing. I want that game. I would like to buy everything because I want to resell the rest, so I'm not shorting any money this week. I have bills due. And sometimes, more often than not, they're okay with that. Sometimes people aren't, and that's okay. And I get that, because when someone wants something of mine that comes out of my core collection, things that are never up for trade and never really for sale, something out of my Game Boy collection, or a Godzilla figure that I hold near and dear to my heart. For example, my Trendmasters collection, it's not really valuable, but I've had it my entire life. I had the same one I had when I was 5 years old for Christmas. I just love those toys. If someone wanted to get that from me, and I agreed begrudgingly to trade it or sell it, I would be livid. I would be brokenhearted to find out that it was released onto someone else. It was sold again or traded again. Because I'd want first dibs to get it back. I don't have that connection with a lot of the things that I own, which is kind of a shame, but I buy and sell so much that I just don't have it. My games, my Game Boy stuff is right here. If I buy a PlayStation 2 because I really, really want Tekken Tag Tournament, then I really want Tekken Tag Tournament, and I love that game. As for the PS2, I have 4 or 5 of them. So I don't really I don't really need another one, so I'm just going to resell it. I'm going to take it to a disc replayer. I'm going to call my cousin or my buddy that said he wants one and say, hey, man, I got this and a couple Madden games. You want $20? It's just the way I think things should be done. Now, with that being said, everyone knows GameStop. Everyone knows places like Disc Replay, Media Replay, FYE even. Everyone knows Best Buy sells used games. It's a market. It's an incorporated, huge market. It's not a niche market hidden in everyone else's, secret closet anymore. Gaming is cool. Being a nerd is cool now. It's mainstream. It's becoming almost cliche. Now, that's great. For all of us out there that liked Pokemon and loved comic books and played video games and the guys wearing the Mario shirts and stuff like that, that's like a bell. It's amazing. It just glows and we shine in the sun. But with everything good comes something bad. I despise GameStop. Personal choice. I just don't care for the way they do business. Probably because I have the knowledge of the video game market and the ups and downs, and I know what things are worth. I don't like going in there and them going, hey, yeah, trade this game in for $10. If you're a pro member, you get $12. Then you go over to their used shelf and it's used, $59.99 disc only. That's bull. Maybe it's a collector in me, but if I have a game, just a disc, no case, no booklet, no inserts. If it's worth $60, that disc is worth $30. As a collector, we want that stuff. We want the inserts. We want the case. We want to display it. Or we want to play either way. We want it to be complete. And if not, we want to pay less because it's not worth the same price as a complete game. So I was reading on Kotaku's website about some of GameStop's practices and programs. And some of their ethics, I think, are kind of sketchy. They intentionally push used games when people ask for new. And they tell some GameStops, not all of them, but some have been caught lying to customers saying they're out of new titles because it goes against their quota of how much used product they have to sell. And I think that's terrible. I mean, I'm not opposed to buying a new game or a used game. If I want the game, I want the game. I could care less how I get it. Very few games I'm a stickler about having or really wanting to buy new. But regardless, if I go into a store, any store, and I'm like, sir, do you have this? And it's in their advertisement. I've got the paperwork. I got the printout saying that their store has it. And they're like, no, we don't. And I find out later that they lied to me. I tend to never, ever go back. Here's a real-life example from me. A couple years ago, I walked into a GameStop. I was really looking forward to buying Alpha Sapphire. I love Pokemon games. X and Y, I think, were some of the best Rush titles I've ever seen. They say they rushed them, but they were outstanding. So I go into the GameStop, and I'm like, hey, I want to pre-order Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby. I didn't have all the cash, and my trading credit wasn't so great, so I only got to pre-order Alpha Sapphire. Game gets released a few months later. I go in, finish paying for it, pick it up. I'm like, you know what? Do you have any extra, any Omega Rubies? I was like, I'd love to buy one, just to have both. And the guy looks at me and goes, no, we don't have any more new titles, but we have some used stuff. The game had been released for one day. You mean to tell me that someone bought the game, beat it, and turned it back in, or turned it on, I don't like this, and traded it back in? Did they intentionally unwrap all of their games? I have no idea why. I don't understand why they get sealed games in and then they open them and then put a sticker on them that says new, which is infuriating all on its own. Don't get me started on putting stickers on things that don't need to be there. And so he hands me one that's not sealed anymore, and I was like, no thanks. I'll just pay for my Alpha Sapphire, and I'll just go to Walmart and get it. And he goes, well, why? And I'm like, because I want it sealed. I specifically want it for my collection. I'm buying both. I'm only going to play one. Thanks to things like the GTS and playing online, you no longer have to trade with another person next to you. I don't have to open both games. I don't have to borrow my kid's 2DS and be like, I'll be right back. I've got to become a Pokemon master. I just go and I'm like, boop, boop. I get my thing. Cool. it was frustrating. And then it's happened on several other games throughout the years. I never thought much of it. And then I come to find out that's what GameStop does. They do that to level their own market. They create their own market. They're in a market all of their own. The pricing is close to online, but it's never really the same because they're creating their own like economy of gaming. And that's not good as a collector. That's BS. Once in a while it works. I mean, when they decided to sell retro, they were paying insane money for things like original PlayStations and stuff. And being as I'd find them a dime a dozen, when they were paying $20, I took in 7. I took in stacks of Madden and Crash Bandicoot and games that I was never going to play. And I'm rambling again, but it's so frustrating to think that the most popular and the most consistent game store that we have to choose from is purposely screwing us all. And like I said, there are good things about it. I love that you can pre-order games. It's awesome to get, pre-order only exclusive posters and extra cases and things that only come like that. GameStop exclusive. I like their off-brand controllers. Like, there are things I like about the store, but just their business ethics make me never want to go back there again. It's so frustrating as a gamer to go, I love this hobby, but they suck. Gotta go there anyways. It's really terrible. Like, at least if you don't like Walmart, you can go to Meijer. If you don't like Kroger, you can go to Dominick's. So you have options. With GameStop, you either have GameStop or Media Replay, which is GameStop, or there's so many other ones that are the exact same, and I'm pretty sure they're all owned by the same person. The one living in Michigan, we have something called Disc Replay, and I love that store. That store is the best used game store I've ever seen, and they're not even really a game store. They just do a ton of game business. They do tablets and phones, and they do video games, and they do game-related merchandise, and they do movies and music, and it's pretty much just a pop culture superstore, and I love it. And it probably sounds like a plug, and I don't mean to. That's where I go when I want to buy something new. And I'm really sorry I've rambled so long. This is probably going to be like a 10-minute video of me complaining, and I do apologize, but I wasn't aware that GameStop did this on purpose. I wasn't aware that they throw all the cases to their games away so they can use their own, because for some reason, when they get a game in trade, the DS case or the PSP case, they're not worth anything more with the case. Like, I'm sorry, as a collector, I want the case. That's why GameStop dumpster diving is such a huge thing, is because they throw away all this great stuff. If you manage to make it this far through my rambling and my complaints and me acting like a drama queen, I do appreciate it. I'm going to try to tighten this up and let it go because I have other stuff. I got to go to work soon. Thank you. Thank you very much for watching. It is Thursday, so this will be up today, and I'll be sure to post a couple more things. I'm going to start posting a new series I started on Sundays called Battery Quest. Hope you guys check it out. The first one's up. It's not very good. My camera took a puke. I used someone else's, so it's super blurry, and it's just fun. I like doing this. I hope you guys enjoy what I'm doing. I just want to get to know you guys. I hope you guys get to know me. I love being on here. I love thrifting and playing with other games. I just met Nintendo 13 the other day, in person for the second time. He's an awesome guy. We got along. We're working on a really good trade. He was able to take some stuff off my hands that I had no use for, and he was able to give me some great stuff. It'll be in my pickup video, which I'm going to do next. Hopefully you guys check that out as well, and if not, hope to see you again soon, and have a great day.